Hey yo, 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 it's Triple Reezy, the VV, back with another video. Okay. So for this one, I was thinking more like jewelry, like mandala, like backgrounds. So I'm hitting with the puffy paint. Puffy paint takes so long to dry. Not to mention, if you're into line work, you won't be after using puffy paint. Because what the fuck in the karmic justice? Like, literally, bro. Air bubble. See, I was saying karmic justice. I really meant it. You have to let the utensil breathe, okay? There's the difference between dragging it down and letting it breathe. Again, I was thinking more jewelry, but it's kind of hard to let my hand breathe enough to do jewelry. Like, but I'm just gonna learn from what I've done in the past to get her done and do some jewelry. I don't know, when you guys think of jewelry, you think of kind of like jewels, you know, the way they reflect inward, and then that crystallization kind of turns to line, and it kind of all follows the pattern and the form that crystal is put into. And then it's the way that when the pattern form is adjacent to something, it just looks so beautiful and organic. It hangs on the page in a way that's so natural. And because I'm cheap, like, so much puppy paint just landed. I don't know if you guys saw that. See, now I'm talking about the art, but earlier I was like 2 plus 4 is 6. But also, what if you were doing the Pythagorean theorem? Then, you know what? You're in for a whole different situation, you know? And it just has me thinking, you know? Because I'm out here watching, you know, the world, and I'm like, hunty. Anyways, so I just really want to be like giving it that energy of jewelry, but really the problem is that jewelry hangs, you know? Jewelry has such delicate beauty that comes from it hanging. And so, yeah. Okay. So I actually did is, obviously I went in with puffy paint, but now I'm really playing with the puffy paint that I applied, because honestly, where there's little blurbs, you know, if this was fabric, I'd probably leave it, but this is a page, so I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. Which my mistake. Don't get me wrong. So yeah, you know what I was thinking? I was like waking up this morning, smelling the flowers, smelling the trees, you know, and just wondering, thinking and wondering, you know, when's my time? You know, I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, like, put me in, coach, like, I need to get out there again. But seriously, like, when you think about, like, your whole life, you know, and you learn from your life, And you just feel that, like, put me in, coach, put me in, coach. And then it's like, you know, kind of that feeling of like, oh, well, yeah, like, put me in, coach, but, like, you know, not in the same situation, preferably, basically, you know, like, not even situation. I kind of hate when people, like, you know, but I really am, like, someone who lives for the moment, and it's like, nothing is the moment, hunty, like, not to be, like, rude or anything, it's just, like, nothing is the moment for me. And when I think back to, now I'll call it a situation, the situation, like, that situation made a moment, but, you know, it's like looking back and analyzing the situation, like, oh, like, being mentally aware and also being bored, you wouldn't imagine the epiphanies that fucking happen, and you're like, oh my god, like, you know, if I was a scene character, I would add to my plot and say, well, look, this person, they're not just some guy. Turns out that they're basically looking for something. No, like, well, aren't we all, you know, moving along, but it's like, you have to understand, like, they're, like, looking for something. Like, this person in this moment in time, in this life, is actually looking for something. The person who's later gonna use their trauma as a way to, you know, abash people for the experiences and the way they feel, they're literally looking for something. Like, this is crazy. Someone call somebody. You can see, this is one of those things where I'm like, do I think back to, like, mandala? What do I think about to make this kind of happen in a way that I like? I'm like, I don't really know. You know, when you close your eyes, you don't really, you see splotches. You know, I see splotches. You know, I do. I see splotches. But inside of this splotch, this sort of texture, you know, the sort of detail that you could make out and add creativity to if you're extremely bored. Okay, I'm gonna go more with a puffy paint too again. And when I sleep and I see splotches, I always think, what can I make these splotches into? You know? And so what I usually come up with is fun stuff, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know. I think of the great tattoo artists of the world or some shit. I am drawing right now, you just can't see it. When I think of the great, you know, artists of the world, it's like, what are they seeing? Like, what inspires them? And, you know, you can talk to them, they'd probably be like, splotches. I thought we were on the same page. Like, they'd be like, what do you mean? It's a secret. But, like, that thing, that drive, you know, I think it's so cool. And it's one of those things, like, no matter the way, like, I'm not just talking about, like, sucking my own dick, because I have a very specific, you know, way of doing things, and the way that I like to do things, I stand. And so, that's on me. no matter what happens, I don't really blame anyone else for when that goes wrong. You know, I can't. But, you know, other people who have this kind of like, I'm like free as a bird, and it's like true. I'm like, dude, like, what the hell? I get so jelly because I'm like, oh, guy. And like, ugh. If anyone asks me, like, how do you make something so beautiful? Like, you know, gave me all the compliments that every probably artist wants to hear, but when they hear it, they're like, you know, I would be the one to step up and be like, will you marry me? Like, I just want to hear you compliment me all day. Anyways, that's me, folks. Kind of rough right now. So I'm gonna move in with a flat marker. Well, there's literally dry paint on it. And okay, do you know what the marker nearest to me is? A highlighter. I do care. I'm not using a highlighter. I don't feel like going all the way to the wayside, but I'm just gonna fill in her body with marker. You've seen how I've gone so far. I'm going to continue. This should be enough to muster a shoe out of me. Really, the reason that I stopped was the shoe. I got to the shoe point and I was like, oh, no. I don't know what to do from here. So I stopped. You know, I think it's actually a really powerful lesson. If I were willing to take it, but I'm not. Oh, fuck. Oh, that did fuck it up. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Did you see that? Did you see what happened? You could probably never guess. The marker fell. Okay. Anyways. Sneakers are just one of those things that... If you draw them... you'd know that the way that they look is just so, like... Brother. So I'm gonna give my girl kosher fucking Vans, like, flat top. You know, she gonna be looking like she just did the damn thing. You know what I mean? She gonna be stepping out with them different ones. And yeah, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. Trust me though, I'm serious. I'm gonna hit her with the label. You know, I love being fun. So I also like being true to the character. And what I mean by that is that this is black. And someone would be like, oh, I knew that was black when I did that. Okay, anyways. But gonna be some nightmares happening on Elm Street soon enough. Anyways, so for me, I think that when you really are kind of like multifaceted, you know, and you kind of allow yourself into other arenas where you're kind of absolutely unknowledgeable. Oh shit. Well, you fucked it up, but it's like whatever. It's like you let yourself into multiple arenas, right? You did that. Like, you came in and you made it happen. You know, I think the question is, what stops people from, you know, kind of taking that and saying, you know, there's a new standard because of how well that was did. It turns out you're not multifaceted. You're just some guy, because compared to all these other accolades, right? Your current, you're at the max, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I bet these niggas at the Olympics, excuse me, are really good at math. You know what I mean? And it's like, who wanna bet they bottom dollar that some of them, at least a few, was in, I don't know, a debate club or some type of public speaking, you know what I mean, to get the gall to be an Olympian on national televised media, right? So you're doing your little thing or whatever. You come back, gold, bronze, whatever, and it's just better than what you did on your other thing. Are people really gonna be like, you know what I mean? And that's why we left it off your tombstone, because we knew you was gonna be ass at it. Like, no, come on. I think that's crazy. Like, I know that life, ooh. I was really taking a chance on this color, but it's really dry. I know background colors. Okay, I'm gonna move the chisel tip. And it's worse. But you know, it's just like you kind of find things out and you're like, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Ooh. It's all gonna be red. So you guys are getting a real fun, like, what artist does to build their shading skills with marker. Just kidding, no. I actually consider this to be a work of art. So, yeah. When in the art field does it just become like dogging to be like, to be like, this is clearly practice. Like, no. I took this just as seriously, if not more seriously, than anything else that I do. You know what I was thinking about? Like, really hard. I was just thinking, you know, I was like, why am I, like, ready to keel over for a fictional character in a book? And, like, just literally, like, keel over. Like, I'm literally, like, hunty, like, girl. Like, you know what I mean? That's what movies do for us. They kind of insert characters that we can put a face to a name. And we can stop keeling over because we start to see the humanity. And obviously that, like, suspension of disbelief, like, we also kind of suspend our empathy cards. And I think, I don't know, that's just me. When I see something visually and it's captured on camera, this is like, I'm like, oh, like, and, but, you know, books, and it's just like an intense word. It's just like, it just sticks with me, and I'm like, oh my god, like the case files. Like, that's why I'm like, girl, if I was a detective or something, I'd be crazy by now. I'd be like just absolutely like blowing my own horn, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would either have to be like absolutely out my mind all the time, or you guys would be fucking like, this bitch is trying to be Batman right now. Like, what is going on? Stop this bitch before she starts fucking jumping off roofs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's honestly like getting to me. Ooh, no. Hunte. They said Stop, queen. Yeah, anyways, one thing is that's like so interesting. I think that when I think, my brain immediately goes to, okay, and how can I use the vocabulary? And like, and it's like, you know, like literally, if you think like that, then the comparison will always get you. You're always kind of like, and did, like, you know what I mean? If my vocabulary ate up and your vocabulary sounded like dookie, like literally say apple. No, bitch, I'm calling that shit a fucking Fiji or a gala. Like that's all I mean by vocabulary. Like, trust me, like, I know some of us are probably thinking like the scientific origin of apple and how it came from a Greek philosopher or some shit. But look, I was just thinking about apple in 2 different languages, and then I saw the other categories of apple, and that made more sense for how I'm trying to explain that when I talk, I really go for vocab. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really like, how can I fit in that hither in this? You know what I mean? That hither. You know what I mean? Ancient people were so good at it. Freaking, what's his face was out here like, and prithee thee find me along the wrong path, then please adjacently scorn me face, and hit me like me mother did. Like that. I was thinking of Shakespeare. That wasn't even Shakespeare. Like, this never. It depends. And then it depends the work of Shakespeare. Because, you know what I mean? Hit me like me mother did. Prithee. That's probably some, like, Romeo Juliet or some shit. But if you, like, thinking about it, like, Midsummer's Dream, which I'm reading right now. Oh, that can go all the way off. Like, that could be, like... And the fairy goddess that was summoned from the fucking birth of the queen? Oh, that hoe? Like, on that hoe, I'm talking about your pussy. On that hoe, I'm talking about your pussy. Like, on that hoe, I'm trying to hit, like, dead ass. Like, anyway. Like, I love how the world, the universe is, like, sneaking romance into my life, but I still refuse to view it as such. Again, I'm just watching crime novels that haven't started yet. Like, I am analyzing this shit, like, and did, like... Every fucking plot twist, I'm like, and did, like, you know what I mean? I'm in the room just holding onto my seat, but y'all never see that. Y'all will just see me be like, I knew it. Like, I knew it. Like, bro, I was just thinking, like, I'm getting out my crime board. I'm setting out these, you know, these little threads, but my thread's gonna be like Mesopotamian threads. I'm going to be like using the haystacks from an ancient cart that was buried in a sandstorm that occurred after Pompeii. Like, I'm not even playing with you. My thread is going to be adjacent to the fucking first cup that was ever made. Like, y'all going to be like, oh, I didn't know this was ceramics. No, bitch, this is my thread. Like, we out here dusty with the ideas. Like, I'm literally going to make you feel like it was so basic. Like, no, like, bro, if I really get a chance to talk to these authors, I'm gonna be like, and did, like, I literally saw that happen. I knew that was gonna happen. But anyway, nope, it happened. Something got ruined. It was like a moment's notice. Do you see that? It needs to focus. I'm not a beauty guru. There we go. Girl, what is that? I'm just gonna draw it off low key. Yes, it's actually gonna like seal in there. This is like acrylic. You know what I mean? And it's like, no. But it's fine. I'm like, let me just work it out here and then, come back. I had the urge to look at, oh, look, hold on. Here we go. The access is gone. Probably still gonna take a minute to recuperate, but fuck that. We fuck it, we ball. Y'all can't see what I'm doing. Okay, anyways. Yeah, okay. I could have turned on 0.5, but let's not make you worry about what I'm doing, because we were just thinking about how these authors are doing. Like, these authors, oh my gosh, they're gonna be out the game. Like, like, no, trust me, it's still plot. Like, trust me, I don't know. Cause it's just like a different breed of people. Like, there's the breed of people that will stick around for the Law and Order special, like it's something new. And then there's the breed of people that'll also watch it when it's new. Like, there's the people that avoid it because they think that, like, the plot is always the same. And then there's the people that are just hanging on to every word, but everyone gonna sit down at the end of the day. Like, okay, sure, tomorrow you're not gonna be cool with it, but today you have to admit, you're pretty down for it. And that's like, that's the effect. That's the effect of a good show. I'm the loser that sits here and watches it every day, but at least, we could hang out and watch it stay together. You know what I mean? That's why I think that couples that watch shows together are just a little trippy. Like, stop playing. Like, why aren't y'all in a park frolicking, bro? Like, y'all cannot pretend like this is healthy. I know, no. Like, it's not like, it's just like, oh, and you watched it without me? Because when they decide to hop on the ones where it's a series and it's dropping and shit, it's like, ugh. But, like, get out of here. I don't know. I don't mean anything by that. I just like... I'm like, y'all need to make a book club. Y'all need to make fucking watching TV more intellectual. Fucking recap it. How about that? You be like, it's so bussin', and literally forget it the next day. Like, it's crazy with TV. Like, you literally be like, oh my god, and at minute 25, like, and that's if you're a real nerd. Like, it's like, when that nigga's face got in, that was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, I might have signed up for a little too much with this one, because like I said, this paint is drying. Now, if I was an architect, I'd be like, obviously we're gonna stop, but no. I did say, hey, welcome back, but I didn't say, hey, welcome back with Vivine. Vivine is in the building, and my name is Vivine because it is the letter V replacing the D in divine. So yeah, that could be like sacrilegious. I don't know. For some reason, like, I looked it up and it was like a military thing, and I was like, okay, I'm down. I remember when I was trying to find colleges, like, and this is how I knew the college I really want to get into was toxic. I was like, how about I just go into the military? Like, at some point I was like, how about I just don't tell anyone and go into the military. Yeah, you know, these are the things that you tell people, please. Like, to me, it's like, just tell people, please. Just let someone know, because you don't know how convincing people can be, right? Okay, I'm giving up. I'm sorry, guys. I have to go with a marker that is gonna get the job done. Okay, because this is going on for too long. I'm sorry. Anyways, but yeah, like, when you're thinking about being military, right? You know, you're really getting the idea down. It's just a good idea to consult someone, because you never even know what their opinion is going to be, right? Because I think the general consensus of people is like, oh, if they really loved me, they wouldn't want me fucking, you know, in the military. But some people know that the military has all types of branches. And just because you're there, you know what I mean? You might not even be involved in an active combat situation. So I think that's where a lot of the confidence comes from. But, you know, when someone tells you that, you're like, well, that sounds fucking boring. I'm not joining the military. And then you forget that you're actually thinking about it because I'm afraid of student loans. I'm like, someone will pay off my debt and I don't have to do anything? Just kidding. Like, that's not even close to the idea. But I'm like, that's all I hear when someone says pay off debt. Like, I'm like, I heard debt, and I heard paid, and I heard you pay. And that's all I heard. I didn't sign up for anything else. That's the thing. When you sign, bro. And you don't even know when you sign, because I gave you my address already. I gave you this. Did I technically already sign? But I'll know I'm in the clear when I'm over the age of ability. You know, it's the one thing that made me feel like I was getting drafted for the NFL. And kind of made me feel important, you know? Like, these niggas out here, they get to be drafted for the NFL. You know, they get to be out here, you know, drafted. Like, that sounds mad cool. You know what I mean? Really, brother? You gonna be out here drafted, bro? For the NFL? They gonna pick you? They want you and only you? Like, bro. Why the NFL love you more than your bitch? Like, come on. That's how I felt about colleges too. These student athletes had me jealous. I was like, girl, they gonna pick you and only you? Just kidding. You know, just the false sense of security. Even if I can just believe in it for like one day, I'd be so interested. I'd be like, sign me up. Where do I sign my name on the dotted line? Get me up in there. I didn't like how that green looked, actually, so I'm just trying to fill this, actually. So I'm the baddest in my city, actually. Crazy precision. Excuse me. I could have just pretended like that didn't happen. That would have been way more pimping. Like, just been like, excuse me. Actually, excuse you. Actually, turn down your volume. How'd you hear that? Ooh, brother. Anyways. You know what's crazy? It's like, you know what I mean? Basically, I don't even know how to really say it. I don't want to be bombed. Ooh, sorry. But I don't want to be, you know what I mean, bombarded with negativity by being the negativity, because I'm about to say something trifling. As soon as someone's like, oh, I don't know how to say it, I don't want to say it, then don't say it, and don't bring up the fact you wanted to say it. I think it's that simple. Like, I think it is that simple. I really want you guys to see how this is looking so that I can see how it's looking. Yeah. I really want to say thanks for drawing with me, guys, but there's still more to do. But it just has to dry. We are in a rock in a hard place, hunty. Comment down below what you think I should do. Should I keep going or should I not? On the art. Keep going on the art. Just BTMs. On the I think you learn a lot from negative space, and so when you feel negative space, you learn so much about what you decided to do. So this is a good learning experience. Yep. Also the dampness and the texture is generally like damn. Couldn't say anything for hours, so you said mowers. Okay. do you guys think is the solution to this? Just kidding. Like, what do you really think? If I finished it right now, it probably looked like very tie-dye. But you know what? I have to just accept that it's kind of finished because of my circumstance right now. And that's okay too. I think maybe this is just a really good topic of conversation of when you start things and you kind of know how it's gonna go and you kind of start them based on insecurity. To be honest, I wasn't sure about the patterns I was making. I was thinking more iridescent, more luxurious beauty. And so, getting this result, I wasn't happy with it. And I knew that filling that blank space would make the pattern shine more. So that's what I wanted to do. And this is how it's turning out. I don't know. If you guys are watching, I guess you benefit by knowing what literal insecurity looks like. The visualization of insecurity, if you will. Give it that much of a label, if you're willing to. That's kind of what I see it as. Now that I'm looking at it, let me know what you think of it. Maybe you're like, I think that's a little harsh. I respect the artist idea. Cause right, I think there's the idea that it's like, I made it. I know what's best for it, but also we have other people viewing it. They're not viewing it like they made it. So they can say all these things, but it rarely doesn't mean to retract. They can even say retract, and they don't really mean retract. Remove, take away. 'Cause people don't realize how bare bones that can get, and so when they think, oh yeah, I told them to, bring it back, they're thinking, oh, it's just gonna take more time to pump out more, and time is good because, I think, this longer idea of giving a short answer, and I don't know. Sometimes that works, and sometimes it doesn't. And, sometimes I feel like, oh, it didn't work for me, but sometimes you never know someone's intention. So that whole idea that I made could also not be the case. Could also be very far from the truth. And maybe a whole other circumstance occurred to be the reason that I am in the life that I am. I don't know. I really fucked it up. Fun fact. That was dumb. That was so dumb of me to do. I just did it so quick too. It's okay. It made it more potent. I care a lot about my teeth. Okay. Interessante. Muy interesante. Should I go in with black? I'm kind of feeling that, like, energy. Like, why not go in with black? Why not? Also brought an aspect of uniqueness. Yeah, what to do next? I think I should say that I'm done and end the recording. And if you guys ever see this coming back, know that it came back with a vengeance, because I think it's really nice right now. And this is actually what I like to do, but yeah, we did a couple of detail shots on our way out, because this is Vivine's interpretation of a dance pose and the kind of energy and shock and movement in dance. Oopsie. Turn that frown upside down and right side up. Right,